Okay, so this one we still have to factor on 10(5)b. We still have to factor, okay? But since we have this number in front of the x squared, remember we have to do a few more things. So we have to multiply to get 15. This is from the last chapter that people really struggled on. So you have to think what times what is going to give me 15, and added together is going to give me 8. That's where I got the 8 right here in the middle there. Okay, so since these are both plus, that makes our life a little easier. 3 times 5 equals 15. 3 plus 5 equals 8. Okay, so we have 3x squared plus 3x plus 5x plus 5 equals 0. You're plugging the two numbers in for that 8x. Now is when we go in and we factor by grouping. Okay, well, what do both of these have in common? They have a 3x, and we're left with x plus 3. And then these both have a 5 in common. And that's x. Oh, I'm sorry. This was x plus 1. I'm sorry, over here. This should be a 1 right here, not a 3. Oh, I thought I was losing it. And this should be x plus 1 here as well. Okay, and there's a plus right here. So our two factors are 3x plus 5. Remember, it's these outside ones right here. And x plus 1. Okay, now we set them equal to 0, just like at the very beginning of 10(5)a. Okay, so 3x plus 5 equals 0, and x plus 1 equals 0. Okay, so we subtract 1. So x equals -1. We subtract 5. 3x equals -5. Divide by 3. So x equals -5/3 and -1. Those are your two answers. So this one, it takes quite a bit to get down to where we are just setting them equal to 0. Okay, we'll do a few more examples. I'll do one more of these longer examples, and then we'll do a shorter one. Okay, now sometimes it'll give it to you in this form, but it'll say equals 12. Okay, so then what you have to do is you have to subtract it. You have to subtract your 12 over. Okay, so it should end up 2x squared plus 2x equals oops, I'm losing it today. It's not equals, it's minus 12. Okay, let me find my pen now. Okay, minus, because we subtracted it, minus 12. Okay, now we have to multiply and get 24. So what times what gives me 24? Gives me, I'm sorry, -24, but added together gives me 2. Okay, well, there's 12 and 2, there's 24 and 1, and there's 6 and 4. Okay, 6 and -4 would give me -24, and 6 plus -4 gives me +2. So I put it in place of that. So I have 2x squared plus 6x minus 4x minus 12. And this all equals 0. Okay? Then we factor by grouping. What do they both have in common? Okay, well, they both have a 2x in common. We're left with x plus 3. Okay, and then over here we have a -4 in common, and we're left with x plus 3 as well. Okay, because you're taking that negative out. So then our factors are 2x minus 4 and x plus 3. Okay, now we set them equal to 0. I'm going to bring it over here. X plus 3 equals 0, and 2x minus 4 equals 0. We subtract 3. X equals -3, and we add 4. 2x equals 4. Divide by 2. x equals 2, and x equals negative 3. Those are your answers. Okay, so remember what that means is that is where, if you were to graph this, the parabola would cross the x-axis at negative 3 and 2. Okay, last one. This one's a shorter one. So here, I kept getting this question the other day, so I just wanted to do an example. Oops. 9y squared minus 36, because we're going to subtract our 36 over. Okay, now this is one of those special ones. If you go back into last chapter when we were factoring, remember, since this is a perfect square and this is a perfect square and there's the minus, this really becomes 3y minus 6, 3y plus 6. And you set them equal to 0. Because if you were to FOIL this, you would end up with 9y squared minus 36. If you can't remember that, you can always just say 9y squared plus 0y minus 36 equals 0. And then you have to factor it that way. But it can still be kind of tricky there. Okay, so then you set these each equal to 0. 3y minus 6 equals 0. We're going to add 6, so 3y equals 6 divided by 3, y equals 2. Over here, 3y plus 6 equals 0. Subtract 6, 3y equals negative 6. Divide by 3, y equals negative 2. Okay? So remember, if there's a perfect square here and a perfect square here and the minus sign, then this is what it would end up. Because if you FOIL it, your y's are going to cancel. That's why there's not any y's there. Okay?